10 steps every 20-year-old needs to hear if you want to level up and outperform everyone around you. If you're in your early 20s and you've got that fire in you to rise above the average, this is for you. This is not just another motivational talk. These are life-changing truths I've learned through experience, reflection, and a whole lot of trial and error. You do not want to be the person people look at in a few years as the example of what staying in your comfort zone looks like. We're not claiming that energy. Let's get into it. Step 1. You are in control of your life. Don't let life control you. You have the power to reinvent yourself every single day. Once this really clicks, everything shifts. I used to let fear, trauma, past failures, and insecurities keep me stuck. It felt like I was playing an old script on repeat, one I didn't even like. But guess what? You're allowed to write a new story. You can choose to become the version of yourself that wakes up early, sets boundaries, and goes after what they want. You can learn discipline. You can train yourself to disconnect from unhealthy relationships. The key, make different choices, starting today. We live in the age of free knowledge. YouTube, podcasts, self-help books at the library, everything you need to grow is literally a click away. So what's really stopping you? And here's the truth. Sometimes it only takes one good day to remind you of who you really are. I had a rough week recently. I felt off, unmotivated, stuck. But one day, I just decided to show up as my highest self. That one productive day, it reset my entire mindset. That's how powerful a single decision can be. Step 2, learn the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious programming. This one took me way too long to get. Your conscious mind is what you're aware of. It's where you say things like, I know I deserve better, or I want to be successful. But your subconscious? That's the programming that's been running quietly in the background since childhood. So when you say, I want more, but your actions don't match, it's not because you're lazy, it's because your subconscious beliefs haven't caught up yet. Those beliefs were shaped by your upbringing, your past, the people who doubted you, and the mistakes you haven't healed from yet. Your conscious mind might be ready to level up, but your subconscious might still be operating from fear, low self-worth, or scarcity. That's why change feels so hard. You're trying to grow with the same internal script that's always held you back. So how do you shift this? You start by building real self-worth. This isn't about affirmations you don't believe. This is deep work. Start journaling. Ask yourself hard questions like, what do I truly believe about myself? Where did those beliefs come from? When do these limiting thoughts show up? Am I scared to speak up at work because I was taught to stay quiet? Do I always put others before myself because I think love has to be earned? Healing your relationship with yourself is the foundation of everything else. Because once you change the story you tell yourself, your actions start to match. Your habits improve. You stop self-sabotaging. You finally give yourself permission to succeed. If this resonated with you and you want to dive deeper, I recommend reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It breaks this concept down in a way that really sticks. Step 3, not manifesting is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Now that I've embraced manifestation, practiced it consistently, and seen the impact it's had on my life, it honestly blows my mind that some people will go their entire lives without ever tapping into this power. Not manifesting isn't harmless. It's a huge disservice to yourself. But let me clear something up. Manifestation isn't some mystical ritual or a Pinterest board full of luxury cars. It's not about chanting affirmations you don't even believe. You can forget the glitter and the vision boards if that's not your thing. Manifestation is simply about alignment. Alignment with your thoughts, your beliefs, your energy. It's about thinking, feeling, and acting like the person who already lives the life you're working toward. When your energy matches your goals, your reality starts to shift. Here's the science. Your brain is wired to notice things that support whatever you're focused on. So if you're focused on growth and success, you'll start seeing more opportunities for them. But if you're stuck in fear and self-doubt, you'll block out everything that could help you move forward. When you choose not to manifest, you're basically choosing to ignore all the doors that could open for you. This is why you can do all the prep work, study for the exam, rehearse for the interview, and still miss the mark. If you go into it already doubting yourself, you're energetically misaligned. Meanwhile, someone else walks in with confidence, believes they belong there, and ends up getting the opportunity, not because they worked harder, but because they believed more. You need to shift your internal state, your mindset, your emotions, and your beliefs. Together, they shape how life responds to you. Manifestation isn't magic, it's strategy plus alignment. And when you get those right, the world starts moving in your favor. Step 4. Start building financial freedom. It's more accessible than ever. If there's one thing we should all be taking full advantage of, it's the digital age we're living in. Right now, it's easier than ever to start making money online. We are seriously so lucky. Our generation can build wealth in ways that weren't possible even 15 years ago. You don't need a business degree, a trust fund, or 20 years at a corporate job to get ahead financially. All you need is one solid idea, a skill or a product, and the willingness to learn and take action. Whether it's dropshipping, content creation, freelance work, or selling digital products, there are countless ways to create income streams online. And the internet is packed with free knowledge. Experts are literally walking you through the exact steps on YouTube, in podcasts, on free blogs. So ask yourself, what's really holding you back? Even AI is changing the game. We teenagers are out here flipping items, building brands, and starting faceless businesses. If they can do it, so can you. One tool that makes the process easier? Squarespace. It's an all-in-one platform for launching your business or brand online. Whether you're creating a website to sell custom merch, building a blog, launching a service, or offering digital content, you can do it all from one place. Let's say you want to design hoodies or mugs. Squarespace handles the website, the orders, the inventory, the shipping. You just focus on the designs. Or maybe you're more of a digital creator. You can host your courses, videos, or exclusive content on your site and monetize it with memberships or paywalls. All of this without needing tech skills or a huge startup budget. It's honestly never been this simple to start earning online. So go to squarespace.com, set up your free trial, and get building. Start now. Your future self will thank you. Step 5. Run toward failure, not away from it. Let's talk about failure. Most people are so afraid of messing up or looking stupid that they never try. But here's the truth. Avoiding failure is the fastest way to stay stuck. If you want to grow, you've got to embrace the awkward, messy, uncomfortable parts of the process. I get it. Our generation loves high standards. But high standards should come from experience, not avoidance. You learned your worth after heartbreaks. You discovered your limits after toxic jobs. You figured out your values after being burned by fake friends. Don't be ashamed of those moments. They made you. We treat failure like it's something to be embarrassed by. But in reality, it's the best teacher you'll ever have. Every failed attempt tells you something about who you are, what you want, and what you're capable of. If you feel lost, unsure of your passions or purpose, it's probably because you haven't tried enough. Sitting in your room watching TikToks won't suddenly unlock your dream career. You have to live, explore, try and fail, and then try again. Self-discovery is trial and error. It's testing 10 different paths, hating most of them, and finally finding the one that lights you up. Even the wrong choices give you insight. You learn your strengths, your dislikes, your boundaries, all of which are essential to building the life you want. So remember this, your dream life won't be handed to you while you're hiding from discomfort. It's built in the middle of failed attempts, awkward moments, and big risks. You don't get the reward without the challenge. Run toward failure. That's how you grow. Step 6. Mastering communication will change everything. Your entire life gets easier when you know how to communicate effectively, making new friends, creating strong first impressions, landing jobs, maintaining deep relationships. It all comes down to how you express yourself. But it's not just about talking well. It's about emotional intelligence, listening with intention, picking up on nonverbal cues, knowing when to have light conversations and when to go deep. It's about navigating tough conversations without blowing things up. And this isn't just opinion. MIT researchers have proven that your ability to notice tone, facial expressions, and emotional shifts impacts your success more than your actual IQ. I used to be the quiet, conflict-avoiding introvert who hated approaching people. But avoiding connection held me back. So I learned. I grew. And you can too. Start with books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Talk to Anyone, and Surrounded by Idiots. They changed how I see people and myself. Step 7. Love can wait. Focus on you first. If love finds you naturally in your early 20s, that's beautiful. But if you're out searching for it and making it your top priority, you're putting the most important relationship at risk, the one with yourself. These years are for discovering who you really are, how to be alone, build self-worth, create financial independence, and truly live without relying on someone else. That's the real glow up. You're not 22 years into life. You're just a couple of years into real adulthood. You're still figuring out what career suits you, what kind of people energize you, and how you want to live. Don't rush into lifelong commitments while you're still evolving. Heal from your past. Get to know your present self. Then, when love does come, you'll be choosing from wholeness, not from fear or pressure. Step 8. Stop trying to be everyone else. You are doing yourself a disservice by chasing someone else's version of success. You don't need to be a 5 a.m. morning person, have a glamorous friend group, or check every perfect life box on social media. What you do need is to follow your own path, because that's where your blessings are waiting. I believe your life has a specific purpose tied to your experiences, your struggles, your background. Whether your mission is to break a family cycle, start a powerful business, or simply live with more intention, it was meant for you. When you copy someone else's path, you're walking away from your own. And no matter how glamorous their life looks, you'll never find peace in something that wasn't meant for you. So take inspiration, sure, but don't abandon your authentic journey. That's where your true power lies. Step 9. The journey matters more than the goal. When setting goals, don't get so fixated on the destination that you ignore the value of the process. The truth is, most of your life happens on the way to your dreams. If you're too obsessed with the end result, you'll miss the people, lessons, and growth moments meant to shape you. One of the biggest lessons I learned in my early 20s was the idea of arrival fallacy, thinking, I'll finally be happy when I achieve X. But happiness doesn't come from the achievement. It comes from the experiences, the effort, the journey. So celebrate every small step. Enjoy every version of yourself along the way. You'll never live this exact chapter again. The journey is the destination. Step 10. Let go of your parents' expectations. This isn't about being disrespectful. Your parents want the best for you, and their guidance often comes from love. But their advice is shaped by their world, not yours. They're using old rules in a new reality. Their choices were based on survival, tradition, or safety. But that doesn't mean those same paths will serve your highest good. You don't need to sacrifice your gifts or your dreams just to make them comfortable. Your life isn't meant to be lived for someone else's approval. I could have stayed in the safe lane because that's what my family encouraged. They didn't see the future I saw. But once I started thriving, they became my biggest fans. So trust yourself. Break the cycle if you must. Create a life that aligns with you. It may be hard at first, but it's 1,000,000 times better than living with regret. And that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you found these 10 lessons helpful and thought-provoking. Let me know in the comments, which one stood out to you the most? Which one are you excited to start putting into action in your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Until next time, take care, stay true to yourself, and keep growing. Bye for now.